3 Nigerians have alleged that they lost a total of N4.2 meters to a cross-border job scam in Ghana, where they were confined in a house and compelled to undergo training for an alleged networking scheme linked to some individuals posing as QNET staff members. QNET is a global direct selling and lifestyle company. The victims told Saturday Punch that they paid between N1. 2 meters and N1.5 meters each after being promised white-collar jobs in Ghana, only to discover on arrival that the job offers were false. One of the victims, Oluwa Enitan, said she traveled to Ghana with her ex-boyfriend after being offered a customer support role, for which she paid N1. $5 meters. She said she later discovered that the offer was fraudulent. Enitan stated that victims were recruited through referrals and online platforms such as LinkedIn and were asked to submit their curriculum vitae before traveling. She alleged that the victims were housed together in a single building used as a holding and training center, where they were taught networking and digital marketing instead of performing the promised jobs. She also claimed that officials linked to QNET worked with some Ghanaian security operatives to extort victims and have them deported after collecting money from them. According to her, many of the victims were workers of a multinational company in Shagamu, Ogun State, who were lured by a colleague. Enitan said the N1.5 meters payments were made into an OPay account and later transferred to other accounts. They rented a house and put all of us there. I went to the place with my ex-boyfriend. They requested my CV before leaving Nigeria, and I was interviewed for a job. I was even given the position of customer support agent because of my work experience. I noticed that some Ghanaian police worked together with the QNET officials. After collecting money from people, they went to Ghanaian immigration to set them up as illegal immigrants, and they were deported to Nigeria. Most of the people scammed are workers of Nestlé in Shagamu. One of them, who works with them, was the one bringing others. Once someone is convinced, the person will also convince another, Enitan said. She also described the journey from Nigeria to Ghana as stressful, stating that victims were transported by road through Aflao to Kumasi and later to Techiman. They have drivers from Nigeria who take people by road. From Nigeria, we got to Aflao, then took another bus to Kumasi. From there, we traveled overnight and later took another long journey to Tekima. According to her, the syndicate used food and hospitality to lower victims' suspicions. Whenever they bring a new victim, they will cook good food for the person. After that, the treatment changes. Sometimes we ate just white rice with palm oil or gari and oil, she said. Another Nigerian victim in the Techiman area of Ghana, who identified himself only as Williams, said he lost N1. $2 meters to the scheme. He told Saturday Punch that the syndicate also operated a large office managed by Nigerians in Abuja. I lost N1.2 meters to this scheme. The friend that invited me and collected the money for the scammers asked me to also do the same to my friends and family members, but I said no. I can't do this to my fellow human beings, let alone my loved ones, Williams said. Williams said some victims resigned from their jobs after accepting the fake offers, adding that they were pressured to recruit friends and family members into the scheme. He said, "I will charge them for human trafficking, extortion, enslavement and fraud." Some borrowed money or sold properties to raise the money demanded. Some people paid N2 meters, N3 meters or even N4 meters. Now, people are ashamed of coming back home empty-handed and jobless. How'd I face people who already heard that I secured a great job in Ghana? Williams called on Nigerian and Ghanaian authorities to take reports of cross-border trafficking and fraud seriously. Another victim, Yusuf Ali, said he paid N1.5 meters after being promised a $1-paying job by a company identified as Swiss Group of Company in Accra. He said he was instead taken to Techiman and later resigned from his job after his leave lapsed. We paid N1.5 million. Initially, I was skeptical but I borrowed money to join. I took leave from my job as a customer care officer. When I got there, I wasn't taken to Accra as promised but to Techiman. I was shocked and wondered if I was caught in a scam. My leave lapsed and I ended up resigning. There were also Togolese and Beninese who were cajoled into the scheme, many stranded and unable to explain their situation to their families. I was told to bring more people, but I have a conscience and cannot deceive my fellow Nigerians. I asked for a refund but they refused. Many people have been deported and left helpless after being scammed, he added. The alleged syndicate is said to be led by a Nigerian identified as Noah Idris from Dakina local government area of Kogi State. He is said to be operating from Ghana with some accomplices, including Mumin Baruwa. However, Baruwa denied involvement in the scam, saying he was also a victim of the scheme. Speaking with Saturday Punch, Baruwa said, "I am not the person who took them to Ghana. I am also a victim. It affected me, and I am not in QNET. I have instituted a case in Abuja against the people who took me to Ghana. They lied to me that there is work over there and when I got there, it was something else." Baruwa alleged that Idris and one Ajaja were the people involved in this scheme. Ajaja, however, denied involvement in the scam. He stated, "I didn't involve anybody in QNET. Nobody can say I did something wrong. They should bring proof if they find me guilty of anything." Efforts to reach Idris were unsuccessful, as calls to his Ghanaian phone line did not go through at the time of filing this report. The phone number was not also on WhatsApp. The spokesperson for the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Vincent Adekoye, said the agency would pursue those involved, adding that reports of trafficking and related crimes were treated with urgency. We'll go after them. All we need to do in reducing this crime rate is collaboration. When we get information about issues like this, we treat it with speed. We go after people involved in a crime through partners like state and non-state actors, he stated. Efforts to obtain a response from Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office were unsuccessful. However, the agency later announced that it had arrested 320 individuals in Kumasi during an anti-human trafficking and anti-fraud operation carried out in collaboration with QNET.